It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you talking about exploring ruins?
Yes, sir. But I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. And she may feel obliged. Good. Now, as capable as you are, the map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about her. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Revelio.
Bravery runs in my family.
What am I missing?
Hello. I don't believe we've met.
Oh, hello. I'm Lenora. Pardon me if I seem a little distracted at the moment. Everyone thinks I'm utterly balmy. Samantha thinks I'm potty. But it's this painting. I never noticed it before. If I know Hogwarts, and I do, an empty frame doesn't appear for no reason. There's something more to this.
If I have the time, I may look. Could be intriguing.
I've been racking my brains long enough. I hope you'll have better luck than I have. Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
It's astonishing what one can learn when keep. There was a rumor that owls live at Christmas Carol. You get a-
Lumos.
It would be far more enjoyable.
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos! That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
Well, that's very kind of you.
I found a flower.
This looks like the location from the painting. What could be so special about it?
That's the last time I have a potion idea that I don't write down.
Black noticed a scuff on his shoe the other day, and would not take another step until a house elf polished his way for him. Horrid man.
Do you suppose that the children are as condescending and ill-mannered as he is?
Good thing Professor Weasley takes her role seriously. Black clearly has no interest in him.
Lumos! Let's get you back to your frame, little moth. The moth stopped. Perhaps I need to keep casting Lumos on it.
With it, half a bottle of flabbergasted leech, stirred clockwise.
I did.
Lumos!
You weren't there. Fear is weakness.
I wish to.
Ha! I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I solved the puzzle of that empty frame. Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did? How?
I'm afraid I can't tell you, Lenora.
Surely you jest.
I am only joking. I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. Pity I was so close to solving it. You have a knack for solving riddles. Natty's good at that too. So is Amit, although he does tend to over-explain. Well, I'm glad someone figured it out. The moth!
Revelio!
I should have seen that.
willing to make the hard decisions.
Does Professor Black have children of his own? Poor things if he does.
How much longer do you think Black...
Revelio. Protego.
Professor Hackett isn't in.
Revelio.
The headmaster hates everyone who isn't.
I thought.
No one likes a cops.
Lumos.
Sarkadagon, at your service.
Lumos. Revelio. Oh. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Englishman, you are! Are you a mother or a musketeer? Fight me! Oh.
Revelio. Revelio. Revelio.
My parents.
Revelio.
Your spirit guides are trying to contact you.
Revelio. Revelio. Lumos. Protego. Lumos. Revelio. Revelio.
Ancient secrets bring forth an age of magic with the rise of a new.
Attention, fellow artists.
Whee!
Oh, not again!
Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim, did you praxia mole? As long as 'twere only one time per week, I can plunge the boys' lavatory, not for the meek.
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso!
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprised opponent. Good. Now, the basic cast. Well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
This should be easy.
Levioso!
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it. I know. Protego!
Protego.
Levioso! Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
If only all of my students were this adept. I do enjoy a lively duel.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Gryffindor.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? It felt more like I was dueling an expert. Sebastian Sallow, by the way. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Huh, fair enough. You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned. Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance, if you're interested. Till next time.
I'd wager Ravenclaw Tower is one of the best views in the castle. Someone saw a
Gardens at Hogwarts.
with the help of House. Where do the professors sit? Surely they don't share a common room like the students, do they?
I'd spend all day in the Great Hall if I could. It's always so warm and lively.
I wonder how many secret passages Hogwarts actually has. I stumbled on one the other day. Couldn't find my way out for hours. Missed my favourite meal I did. Kidney pie.
Do you find yourself taking certain ways to class based on the portraits you pass? I do. Some are much better conversationalists than others.
I used to enjoy flying, but there are so many rules now.
Imelda Reyes is on her way to becoming the fastest flyer in Hogwarts history.
Can't wait till I'm old enough to apparate. No more falling off brooms for me.
One boy fell off his broom during my flying class. Good thing Kagawa was there to catch him. She's very good at arresting momentum.
Madame Kagawa's certainly strict. I thought flying was supposed to be fun.
I think Madame Kagawa's brother is a professional Quidditch player. Wish I could meet him.
I have family in Einedale. Father wants me to visit them, but I haven't had the time or the inclination.
I enjoy my weekly visits to Dogweed and Deathcap. I find I'm more comfortable around plants than people, to be honest.
I adore shopping in Hogsmeade after it snowed. It's so... what's the word? Magical.
Rona at the Three Broomsticks always gives such good advice. Don't know how she remembers who we all are either.
Life is so peaceful in the hamlets. Well, when goblins aren't lurking around every corner. Can't be good for business. A girl in our dormitory keeps getting packages of homemade pasties from her family. We shan't fit into our robes for next term at this rate.
Some of us are tidier than others though, aren't we? You don't have to look far to know who the disgrace is in our dormitory.
She put a bow truck around.
I cannot move it.
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit, so sometimes I have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Here! Behind you! There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
Accio!
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me! I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres and relinquish your charm at the last. Splendid! Now, think of this like, that's it! Stay focused. Very good. Not to worry. Very good. Points to Gryffindor. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Accio!
Happens to the best of us.
Here we go. Yes! Oh dear. Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Accio!
Don't lose your composure. Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp. Phew.
Accio!
Watch this. Yes!
Excellent control there.
Let us see this. That is how it's done.
Accio!
You are not making this easy for me, are you?
Very good, both of you. Well done. Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I transferred here from Wagadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can use Accio on humans.
A word, if you would.
If you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
Well, an outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always... fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Leviosa!
After my brother learned the summoning charm, it was constant Accio this. Cutlery flying everywhere.